Hey everyone, I'm Brad Wood and I'm a senior consultant with Valiantys and Atlassian Platinum Solutions partner. And in this video, we're going to discuss building charts with multiple queries in Atlassian Analytics. If you're not familiar, Atlassian Analytics is Atlassian's data analysis and visualization tool. It's powered by the Atlassian Data Lake and can also connect to third-party tools. It's available at the enterprise level in Atlassian Cloud products. So why would you need to build a chart with multiple queries? Well, there are a number of use cases, including combining data from multiple data sources or unrelated tables, merging data on common columns, or even filtering data in different manners. So let's look at a few examples. Our first example here is issues created versus pages created. So let's say you want to analyze usage trends between Jira and Confluence. This data resides in different tables in the Atlassian Data Lake, so we need to utilize two queries to build our chart. And we can see here we're just showing from the beginning of the calendar year until now the number of issues created in Jira and the number of pages created per month. Let's look at how this chart is configured. So we've got a couple of queries here. Our first query is pulling the issue key column and being grouped by the count of unique issue keys that were created in a specific month. And we can see I've added that filter here, created from the beginning of the calendar year until today. The second query is almost identical, but we're pulling the page ID count of unique and then the created at month for those pages, and it's filtered in the same way. And then we've got this join here. So when you are doing multiple queries, you do need to choose a join to connect those two queries together and build your ultimate result table. Atlassian has some really great documentation on the join types and use cases for those, and we'll provide a link to that in the description box of this video. Then we're just renaming these columns and adding a zero fill to add the numerical value 0 to anything that doesn't return any results. So for example, there were 0 Confluence pages created in the month of June so far. So pretty simple, but now we can compare issues created versus pages created by month directly next to each other in the same chart. And then you would simply click Save to Dashboard once you are done configuring that. Our second use case is going to be this issues created versus resolved chart. And for some background, this is actually created from one of the Atlassian template charts. Within Analytics, there are a number of template dashboards as well as template charts. And I always say these are a great way to get up and running quickly in Analytics, learn the tool, analyze how charts are built, how they're formatted, manipulated, etc. So you can spend some time spinning up either a template dashboard or template charts to kind of learn how this tool is configured. And a lot of times these will get you maybe 90% of the way there for your reporting needs, and then you can just customize them a little bit. We can see this one comes with some controls out of the box as well, which are interactive filters for your chart. So I could filter this by Jira product, or I could filter it by a date range. This one is a much more complex chart, so let's click into this and just see a little bit of how this is configured. Again, we're comparing a couple of different data points, and then we're using a join to join those data points together. So basically, we're looking at the count of unique issues created between the start and end date of that calendar, as well as the number of issues resolved. And then there's some other formulas and some calculations happening here to create the use trends, or the trend lines, I should say, in this chart. But you can see here, this is a great way to learn this tool. So you can kind of follow along and click through the steps. And again, this is another great example of why you might need to use multiple queries in a chart. This last one is a rather simple chart. It's issues created this month versus last month. In this case, we need multiple queries because we are going to filter the data differently and then compare the results. So you can see the total number of issues created this month is 49. That's up 53.12% from last month. Let's click into the chart and see how this is configured. So here's my two queries. This chart is very simple. We're just saying issue key count of unique created at between 1 and 0 months ago, so basically this month, And last month, same query almost, but between 2 and 1 months before now. And then our join type is different this time. It's a join cross, and that's what's allowing this chart to compare the two values that it returns. So you can see here 49 this month, 32 last month. That's where that 53.12% is coming from. And again, we'll include all of the documentation on the join types in the description of this video, so you can read up on those. And again, Atlassian has really great documentation on what those join types are, what they do, and when you would want to use those. So those are just a couple examples of charts that utilize multiple queries in Atlassian Analytics. There's so many more powerful features in this tool. We discussed those in other videos on our YouTube page, as well as in our analytics workshops and quick start courses, which are hands-on courses that enable you to start using analytics for your organization's reporting needs quickly and efficiently. The information on those courses can be found at valiantys.com/training. I hope you found this video useful and informative, and if you have any other questions on analytics or anything else Atlassian related, please feel free to reach out to me via email or LinkedIn. Both of those will be in the description box below. Thanks again for watching.